So, what exactly is going on with MK? What is he? Who made him? Well, we found out in Season 4 that MK came from the same stone that Sun Wukong came from. After Sun Wukong came from the stone, what remained of the stone was formed into MK.
Although this was the stone from which Sun Wukong once sprung, it appears, over time, it was used to form another.
But Master Subodhi also said this.
Without question, you were not born from the stone as he was.
Well, Sun Wukong was formed when an immortal stone was nourished by heaven, earth, the sun, and the moon. And then that stone then became pregnant, and one day it split open, and out came a stone that turned into a monkey. Now, even though Master Subodhi said that MK was formed from Sun Wukong's stone, when we see MK's vision, we also see all these other animals. And it seems they were also formed from Sun Wukong's stone. However, we only see this one given life by this woman, and it is implied this one became MK. So, I'm guessing someone, possibly this woman, took the remains of Sun Wukong's stone and then carved all these different animals, as well as this one, which became MK. Now, we only see MK's carving given life, so it is possible that the other ones did not work because they were not monkeys. So, the main differences between Sun Wukong and MK's creations is that Sun Wukong naturally came from the stone, but MK was carved from the remains of the stone, and it seems his carving had to be given life, unlike Sun Wukong, who was naturally already alive. But there is another huge difference between MK and Sun Wukong. You see, MK automatically has all of Sun Wukong's powers. But why would MK have any of Sun Wukong's powers? Most of Sun Wukong's powers were not innate. They were learned. Sun Wukong being born from a magic rock would have definitely helped him learn his abilities faster, which is what the memory version of Master Subodhi said. However, according to the book, anyone can learn those abilities. It just takes a long time. In fact, in Monkey Kid, we even see Master Subodhi's other students talking about how they've learned some of the 72 transformations.
Between us, we've nearly learned 2 of the 72 transformations.
And the thing is, while Sun Wukong did learn all his abilities much quicker than his peers, he only learnt many of them because he was taught by Master Subodhi. But in the show, Sun Wukong wasn't even really teaching MK a lot of his abilities. Sun Wukong had to be taught how to do the 72 transformations by Master Subodhi, but MK just figures them out on his own. Then, in Duplicate Nation, Tang mentions that one of Sun Wukong's powers is making clones from hair, and MK just does it. He hasn't been taught it at all.
Pluck out some hair. Blow on it.
Okay.
And some monkeys pop out. Yep, a perfect clone of you pops out.
The point is, MK seems to automatically have all these powers. He just innately has these abilities, like they are part of his design. But Sun Wukong did not automatically have all these powers. But what is even crazier is that one of MK's powers is Gold Vision, and he's had this throughout the show. And it is also looking likely that MK will have golden eyes, like Sun Wukong, because we do know that what we saw in Season 4 isn't MK's full monkey form, since this official set has Monkey MK in it, but the description says MK is partway through his transformation. And in this set, MK has golden eyes. And after the set was released, the director posted this art piece depicting MK with golden eyes. Now, the thing is, unless there's a good explanation, not only would it be a major plot hole for MK to have golden eyes, but the fact that MK has gold vision is already a major plot hole. The reason Sun Wukong has his power of gold vision is because of his golden eyes, and he does not have his golden eyes because he's a monkey or because he was born from a magical rock. His eyes were not originally golden, and only became golden because he was burned in Lao Shi's furnace. And so, he only got his power of gold vision because he was in the furnace. He does not naturally have that power. Now, this event happened in the original book, but we see it referenced in this Season 1 episode, with Sun Wukong clearly having black eyes, then getting burned, causing him to have golden eyes. And then it is explicitly mentioned in the Season 2 special.
Hey, do you know, Monkey King was trapped in here once too?
Yeah, difference is he was thrown in and I jumped.
True, but know what he did? He stuck it out. Found a way out. Ended up getting his golden eyes of truth too.
And then, in the Season 3 sets, there was a Journey to the West location set which depicted the progression of Sun Wukong's eyes again. So, giving MK golden eyes because Sun Wukong has golden eyes would be the same as giving MK a scar across his face if Sun Wukong had a scar across his face, since Sun Wukong's eyes being golden is essentially a scar. And so, giving MK golden vision because Sun Wukong has golden vision also makes no sense. The point is, MK has not been in the furnace while it was turned on. MK being made from Sun Wukong's stone should not give him gold vision or golden eyes. However, what if whoever created MK modeled him on Sun Wukong? Like, they specifically made him already having all of Sun Wukong's powers. Sun Wukong's eyes turned golden hundreds, if not thousands, of years ago. And MK was obviously created pretty recently, like maybe a little bit over 2 decades ago at the most. So MK would have been modelled on Sun Wukong after his eyes turned golden. So this would explain why MK would have golden eyes and why he has always had gold vision. And the thing is, if Sun Wukong's stone was also used to make all these different animals, then MK being a monkey and looking similar to Sun Wukong is not necessarily just because he was created from the stone, but because whoever made him specifically modelled him on Sun Wukong, and they would have modelled him on the current Sun Wukong at that time. So, Sun Wukong, at a point in his life when he already had all his powers, as well as his golden eyes. Like, Sun Wukong's hair clones are exact copies of him at that current time. So all his hair clones in the present day have golden eyes, and they all have the current skill level and powers of the original, although they would obviously be weaker since they are made of hair. So, I'm thinking MK was supposed to be an exact replica of Sun Wukong, similar to a hair clone, but better. But MK is not supposed to be an exact replica of Sun Wukong when he first came into existence, when he had no powers or golden eyes, but a replica of Sun Wukong after he has already gained his powers and gotten his golden eyes. However, something clearly went wrong. For the majority of his life, MK has appeared human, and now he is glitching in and out of his monkey form. Not to mention he still hasn't fully turned into a monkey. He still has yellow skin, and he lacks a nose. Now, why is MK broken? Well, this is the stone monkey carving that we are led to believe turned into MK. But here we see it broken. a huge chunk of it is missing. And so a huge chunk of MK is missing. He is not whole. And this person pointed out, here we can see that when MK is glitching, he is cracked and broken just like the monkey statue. But if a piece of MK is missing, how did this happen? And in the memory scroll, we see the broken monkey statue on the ground, seemingly abandoned. My guess is that perhaps something happened to MK's creator. Perhaps she was attacked or captured, and so MK ended up coming to life alone and somehow found his way to Pigsy. But who is this woman? This person who seems to be MK's creator? Well, I've seen a few people say that this is Nüwa. However, this is not confirmed, especially since Nüwa is usually depicted as having a serpent body. Since we do not see this unknown woman's body, we have no way of knowing if she has a serpent body or not. But the fact her lower body is conveniently hidden does make me think this is likely Nüwa. The big reason people think this is Nüwa is because she is the creation goddess in Chinese mythology, and she molded humanity from yellow clay, so it might make sense if she carved MK from the stone. Now, whilst Nüwa is in Chinese mythology, she is not present in the book Monkey Kid is based on, Journey to the West. However, there are already a few minor characters in Monkey Kid from Chinese mythology and literature that don't feature in the book. The most significant thus far is Ao Bing, who appears in a different book. There's also this 9-headed snake from Chinese mythology, which doesn't appear in Journey to the West. So, it does seem like Monkey Kid is branching out beyond Journey to the West, and including other characters from Chinese mythology. Regardless, even though Nüwa is not in Journey to the West, she does actually have a connection to Sun Wukong. In Chinese mythology, Nüwa patched up the heavens with 5 coloured stones, and there is actually a myth that one of these stones became the stone Sun Wukong was born from, even though this isn't in the book. So, it could be that, in Monkey Kid, Nüwa created humanity from clay, and then she came back to claim her stones, but finding that Sun Wukong was born from her stone, she decided to reuse it and create MK. Also, I know Macaque's eyes are golden and identical to Sun Wukong's, but I have a perfectly good explanation for that. Essentially, in the book, the 6-eared macaque actually has golden eyes, exactly the same as Sun Wukong's. Now, it is a common misconception that the 6-eared macaque was simply disguised as Sun Wukong. However, in the book, the 6-eared macaque is made from Sun Wukong's mind, and is literally the other half of him. It is complicated, but this is why, in the book, the 6-eared macaque looks like Sun Wukong. So, my guess is that Macaque will be made from Sun Wukong in some way in Monkey Kid. Maybe his literal shadow come to life, or maybe he was a clone that went rogue, like MK's clones did. There is a bit more to my theory, which I do explain in depth in this video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to check out my other Monkey Kid theory videos, or my Monkey Kid animations.